Yay.
Right, we got to do this.
Hello and welcome. I am Ronky, your GM, and joining me today in order of their character avatars, we have Nosh, Mel. Nosh. We all remember Nosh.
No, I don't remember any Nosh. Okay, now I remember him.
So we have Nosh, Mel, Gigaman, FX Engineer, Gigaman, and Rigel Kent. Today we embark on our Star Wars campaign titled Vanguard, using the very awesome and versatile GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games. Not everyone can watch the live stream, but worry not, our sessions are available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. You can find the links in the video description. If you find our content appealing and engaging, we kindly request that you show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Before we dive into the action, does anyone have any character business they'd like to address?
Yes. I am spending 2 points to increase Luck's pilot flight pack.
That's fine. You've used it a fair bit.
I'm putting a point into Gunner for beams because that was so much fun.
Vaporizing a stormtrooper.
More, please.
Actually, you vaporized him 5 times over.
I did.
Any other points? Well, he tried.
Negative.
Did Nosh do anything spectacular in the last few sessions that I've missed?
Well,
You're not.
he did stuff. We're going to play through that first up.
Already.
Any other character business? Or other bookkeeping?
Sounds like a no.
All right, well, let's kick this off. Quick recap. Last session, you guys decided to assault. Well, no, you decided to sneak into the facility, but that didn't go.
You're skipping past the fact that we seized the walker first.
Oh, that's true. You managed to seize the walker in a very elaborate plan where
Jump on it and yank them out. That's elaborate.
it was an elaborate plan, and you had a very brave Ronin who nearly executed himself. But you managed to seize a walker. I don't know how you were going to stealth into the camp or into the facility with a walker.
It was
You're
the
just that damned awesome.
Or you were going
Return
straight
of the
to...
Jedi thing. You walk to in the walker saying you're the troopers and let us in.
Okay. So it wasn't you were going straight to plan B. In any case, you attempted to sneak into the facility, but you were spotted because someone failed really bad. I think it might have been a critical fail on the stealth roll. And then a fight ensued. You brought in the walker. There was some shoosting. Some stormtroopers died, and one stormtrooper was vaporized. You used the walker to blow up the defense cannon that had been installed on the roof of this facility. And I think that's about where we sort of left off. Any questions regarding that, or did I leave anything out? You have one stormtrooper which surrendered because he's smarter than the rest.
So what the hell did Daryl do?
All right.
Oh, looked up to see. And...
All right, so you rewind to Daryl. You were going to disable the comms tower that's mounted outside the canyons above this facility. You were going to do so as to stop their ability to call for backup.
I did have one minor thought is, knowing that he was actually going to be back, we probably should have split the team of, how many do we have? 6 total, I think, of dudes with us. So we probably should have sent like a couple with him.
Well, they were standby, if I'm not mistaken. Those 6 dudes were sort of kind of
standby.
Well, I
I
thought they were standby.
Yeah, they weren't in the combat because I think the GM's like, oh crap, I didn't think about that. They're doing stuff, and we let them do stuff.
Well, this is stuff.
All right, well, we can wreck on that quickly. That's not a problem at all since they were not involved. So you have, I guess, half of the group with Daryl going to the comms tower.
Excellent.
I'm going to reuse a map here because reasons, because I'm lazy.
That's a good reason.
Minimize that one. And we'll go to the canyon one. Except we're absent a walker in this one. That's right. The walker was a layer.
So now you need a comm tower.
1 second while I get a comm tower. Actually, we should just theater of the mind this. It's not that significant.
You're saying Daryl's heroic death is not significant?
Don't tell him that.
It'll make for a sad Wookiee. You don't want a sad Wookiee.
You definitely don't want a sad Wookiee.
Sad Wookiee stands in the rain. And then you have wet fur smell.
Look at that. Comms tower. Comms tower.
Look at that. Awesome.
Which looks exactly like the gun emplacement that we blew up.
Does not.
It shoots communication.
Actually, I'll do that as a stamp. That would be better. Too many windows. There we go. Alright, so Nosh, you were going to disable this comms tower. You have the skills to do it without doing it violently.
Well, I'm going to scout out and see if there's any relay system that perhaps I could disable before having to climb up the damn thing. Any power source, or will I have to climb up there?
You will have to climb up there. You also have 3 NPCs, which you can utilize if you so wish.
Interesting. Then I'm going to put those NPCs strategically around the base of the tower while I climb, and they can look for bad guys or bad girls or bad people.
Okay. Well, they will stand in the canyons looking for bad guys while you climb up.
Right.
Give me a climbing roll.
Excellent. First 18 of the game, I will fall to my death.
That's how it happened first time.
Aha.
All right, you will begin your climb. Are you going to do this stealthily, or you don't care?
Yes, I will do it stealthily. Why not?
Is your stealth higher than your climbing?
No, it's 1 point lower.
All right, give me a stealth roll.
Sweet.
Remember, for the purposes of the podcast, say what you succeeded by.
My climbing roll succeeded by 4, and my stealth roll succeeded by 6.
All right, you'll begin your climb. It doesn't take you too long to get up to the top, and you'll see the comm tower. There is a portable sort of generator that is plonked down next to it, supplying power. There is also a little service droid that seems to be, tinkering away at this thing.
Excellent.
Just because the droid is humming or tweeting a tune.
Excellent. Can I perceive any weapon systems on this droid? Would I know whether or not it will try to interfere with me if I go about trying to dismantle the power to this thing?
It's just safest to smash it. You can't trust droids.
The tune it's singing or tweeting is everything is awesome.
I'm about to make everything not awesome in its world.
It does not have any weapons, but you do imagine that it has some sort of comms relay ability so that it can communicate to whoever gives it instructions. But it's just doing its thing. It's maybe 3 foot tall. It does obviously have, some tools, built-in tools, so it could, if it fought back, it could probably do some hurt.
Has it noticed me?
I will find out. It has not noticed you. It is happily going about its wonderful day.
I'm going to take aim on it.
With your bowcaster?
Yes.
Just going to check out these links. Oh,
The
yes.
second one is what I was totally thinking of when you're describing the droid. It's humming along. It's basically from Jedi Survivor, and they have this droid just nattering on about how great its life is, and then you destroy it.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right, so you take aim. It's continuing to tinker away on this comms tower. I will say a failed shot. There is the potential to hit and damage the comms tower. Not that that's a bad thing.
Yes. So I'm going to use my my full aiming bonus, but I'd like to aim on. Can I see any kind of communication array on this droid? Something I would know that if I hit would make it unable to communicate.
Do you have some sort of repair droids type skill?
No, not repair droids. I've got electronics repair, comms, force shields, and sensors.
All right, so give me a roll on that at -3.
The sensors or the comms?
The comms.
All right, -3.
All right. Well, you do see there is a little.
Success by 0 crap. You're supposed to be rolling 17s.
I've been away for a while. We need to bleed all this good rolling out.
You will see a little comms antenna on the top of its head.
All right. I want to.
But that would be a very difficult shot.
It would.
We're looking at like -8.
Right. So, to hell with it. I'm just going to shoot the damn thing and get rid of it.
All right. You can take your shot whenever. It doesn't seem to have noticed.
Already.
Everything is awesome. Roll your damage.
Heartless bastard.
That's pretty low damage. Does anyone recall if impaling damage is doubled on machine, on unliving?
It's unliving.
I don't think it does.
Is ×1 for unliving.
All right, that is going to be a major wound on the droid. It doesn't immediately shut down, and it spins around, and it goes, "Why? Everything was awesome."
I blasted again.
All right, it will attempt to sort of scurry away. You will not have your aim on this one.
Okay.
So,
Straight up shot. No back bonus.
your range is going to be -4.
Ooh. All right.
Right on the map.
All right, here we go. Yes.
It will attempt to dodge. Is that not working? Do your damage. Did you want to roll random hit for that one, or are you going to center of mass?
Oh, center of mass.
I guess you can roll 2d6s for me then. Let's see if it hits anything important. There's no ones, so both shots don't hit anything important. Well, it didn't die, but it is stunned and falls to a knee.
Jeez.
It
One
tweets. It tweets, "Please don't kill me."
One more blast.
All right. It will try and save itself. It's still conscious. It scrambles down the other side of the that canyon wall there. You no longer have sight on it.
I will simply start working on destroying the or dismantling this tower.
Violently, or are you going to try and do it with the skills?
Well, I'll do it with the skills.
All right, the droid will scamper off. You move up to the comms tower, and The panel is open since the droid was working on it. Give me an electronics repair communications. On a success, you have shut down the comms tower. I'll take the first roll. Success by 2. Well, same roll for both.
Same roll for both. Look at
Same dice even. Okay. You power it down. You pull the big lever and it goes.
Excellent. Now, is there a way I can make this thing inoperable so that droid can't repair it again?
I guess you could pull out some parts that are vital.
Use your blaster on it.
I will quote my cousin Chewy's best pal and say the conversation wasn't very interesting and shoot it.
That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, that hasn't happened yet. No, avoid that foreshadowing.
And
Not a problem.
The actual quote was boring conversation anyway.
Maybe he got it from you.
Ah, there we go.
All right. Sparks fly. The comms tower is now inoperable and will require repair or major repairs.
Excellent.
But the droid, he will eventually fall unconscious, I think.
What are you talking about? The guy that I'm sort of semi-controlling here saw him and panicked. Ah, enemy! Pew, 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 pew.
3 turns and it'll fall unconscious. It'll go tumbling into the canyon,
And explode.
lay flat, and then your dude can go, droid, pew pew pew. And its last words were, awesome.
Oh,
All right, comms relay is down.
I will speak into my communicator that I've succeeded. Nope, not that one. Damn it, not that one. That works.
So we're back on this map. Why can't I share that? I can share it. I'm just looking at the wrong shit. Righto. So you have, the rest of you have one surrendered stormtrooper. What is your plan?
Scrambling toward him, yelling at him to remove the helmet now. I don't want them, or want him basically calling in an airstrike while we're staring at him.
All right, he will remove the helmet.
Right. We need to. Oh crap! We ran into this last time with the. Did Bosco improve interrogation? I don't remember.
No, I didn't put any points in there yet.
Oh right, and he's over there attending to Ronan, who's downed.
Yeah, I had just done the last time I did the first aid roll to stabilize him. That's about as far as we got.
Right. So I guess to the stormtrooper, I'm going to demand to know how many there are. It'd be unfortunate if I had to have that walker shoot him too.
All right, so give me an intimidation since you're intimidating.
You have intimidation. I'm not super great at it, although that was a pretty good roll by 4.
All right, he has failed. I should have rolled off him. He has failed his will, so he is intimidated. If you wish to use any intimidation bonuses on interrogation, you're welcome to.
I absolutely will once I pull the right thing up and see what I need.
He is, because of your intimidation, you have a good reaction with him. He will offer general information, but specific strategic stuff you will have to actually get out within interrogation.
Yep. Right. Okay. So with the default penalty and the +3 with severe threats, that puts me back at 0. So I am going to just be making the intimidation as a default. I'm just trying to find out where the rest of the troopers are. And success by 2.
All right, so you've got your threats. So in this case, defender wins. He's silent.
Well, crap.
So he will say, I don't know what the stormtrooper ranks are. I guess it's private. He will say private TK422.
Crap. We don't have time for this crap. So I'm just gonna shoot him in the head with at stun.
All right, no need for a roll.
Yep.
He'll be knocked out. Pew! He goes down.
Yeah, and then once he's down, get over there, strip the utility belt from him, take the binders from it, and bind him, and then basically turn him over to the rest of the NPCs to keep a hold of, because like we may need to interrogate him later, so we need him alive.
Okay, not a problem. He
I
was
don't know.
uninjured, so
Yeah, how are we gonna get Nim and Tina out of that walker now? Because they're like not gonna want to get out of it.
you need to make the doorways bigger.
Well, we could do that.
You got a big gun?
Right. So once Bosco has stabilized and the dudes have dragged the downed trooper away, we need to proceed indoors. Hopefully Daryl will be able to join us relatively shortly.
We can assume that he is there with you by now. By the time you've finished asking questions and stuff, he will be up with you guys.
Now, did we get a map of the facility? No, we
You did.
discussed that.
Yes, you did get a map of the facility, though the GM's not going to provide you one because he's too lazy to draw it up.
Mm,
Wow. Our GM, everybody.
Also, Ronki, so just assuming that, we just had a battle here. There's no other, like, stormtroopers rushing out of buildings or anything like that coming after us.
No, it was all over far too quickly.
Actually, we just had a battle here.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I also need to remove or check the comm in that stormtrooper's helmet to see what they're doing, how they're responding. Maybe get the appropriate frequency.
All right, so I was asking about the map because I wanted to know how big the facility is.
See,
how
I
much
told
work
ya,
is this going to
he
be to
wants
clear
to-
it?
He wants to stay in the walker. You need to like lower it and like duck walk into the facility, because that wouldn't look ridiculous at all.
It has little wheels on the bottom.
There is a main sort of mine entrance where all the mine trucks and such will go in. I'll bring up the other image.
And then
Where
what
is it?
about like other civilians on the base?
Remember, mission 1 is to shoot all of the doctors in the face, not on stun, because of the creepy experiments.
Yeah, Nosh, I'm not sure if you have seen the previous sessions.
I did not. I'm sorry.
You know that there is some evil being done here.
Okay.
The Empire has some sort of biolab set up in here. This is what was it Tina's droid went in, scouted it out, and came back with a hollow image of a sort of biolab with these images.
Very bad.
Shoot them in the face.
And these people all turned out to have been former residents of Pallas.
Which means we can probably expect to fight, sort of Star Wars zombies. I'm thinking of the husks from Mass Effect,
Mm-hmm.
or that creepy ass thing, and the proto zombie in Expanse that Bobby had to fight.
Okay, so on that Imperial facility image, you'll see these big doorways here. They go into sort of the loading areas where large mine vehicles, trucks, and such enter the mine. The door the stormtroopers were sort of guarding is the door into the, I guess, the control facility or the living quarters and administration stuff, all the other stuff to that mine.
So we'll let Nim and Tina go stomping through that area and just randomly shooting stuff while we're charging into the command center, I guess.
We can be a distraction.
As much as I hate to say it, I think we probably have better things to do.
You will. It's fairly obvious to you that since that mine area of this facility was not guarded or anything like that, the Imperials have absolutely no care for it at all.
So probably nothing in there.
So it's abandoned. It's the mine section of what this was, a mine.
Now, we observed the cryopods being removed from the facility. Where were they being removed from? Were they coming out of that service entrance or from the control area?
They were coming from the area that you're sort of... This area here. The main sort of command area.
Right. Okay. Are you pointing at a thing? Because I don't see it.
He was
I was pointing here.
on the Dusty Base tactical map.
Where the
Yeah,
two
I
storm...
closed that.
Where the two stormtroopers were standing guard.
Right.
The 4 stormtroopers.
Well, there was 2 at the door. The other 2 were doing rounds. But anyway,
Yeah, that is not the big vehicle entrance.
that is
So,
not the big vehicle entrance.
I think our interest is probably in the control area then.
Yep. You get over there, hit the door open, make sure we don't get into an immediate fight again. Anybody who's carrying crappy weapons should grab a... I don't actually know what these stormtroopers are carrying. Probably carbines. Maybe rifles.
Probably carbines.
Is there any version of a machine gun in Star Wars?
Repeaters.
Yeah, you've got repeating blasters.
You've
Did
seen
we not
Rogue
pick one
One,
up?
right? We got the heavy one or the heavy blaster, but that was at the actually, now that just saying that, Daryl might have brought that, but we left that because we took that from the first squad of stormtroopers we ambushed, and we had taken it to the rebel camp. That unfortunately is not a repeater.
Oh.
It only has the same rate of fire as a rifle or a carbine.
My standard stormtrooper squad has a heavy gunner, which has a heavy blaster. The rest have carbines.
Let me check. I think
The stormtrooper squad leader has a rifle. Yeah. Stormtrooper sergeant has a blaster rifle. The heavy trooper has a heavy blaster rifle, and the other standard troopers have carbines. So repeaters are not part of the standard kit.
Well, they ought to be.
You can get them though. It'll be, mission dependent.
Okay, well, since we don't have a map that we can review because the GM is lazy, then we're basically just going to have to press into the control area and see if we can find what we're looking for.
Yep.
Well, you have sections. You have a command deck where everything sort of runs from. Then you have mess quarters, and you got some living quarters, and where the lab is.
Yeah, the droid did some recon, I think, so we know where to go to get to the lab area. What we don't know is
the droid pointed out numbers. There was like half a dozen lab coats. There was sort of up to a dozen troopers.
And I think he said 1 officer.
Correct.
In we go.
Yep.
Do we bring the red shirts?
I think probably not, simply because, well, we don't have a place for them, and GM's probably, as declared, the GM's lazy. He might not have even statted them out.
I've statted them out. I've got my GBDs.
Uh-huh. We need somebody back here to protect the exit, the walker, the prisoner, and the wounded guy.
So you're going to let them get into the walker?
No, they're protecting the walker, not in the walker.
Oh, pity.
And keeping an eye on the sky for in case a shuttle's coming in. And they can
Yep.
let us know.
So once we're out of this area, if some of them decide to get into the walker, we obviously can't stop them.
So when you come back here, the whole outside area is a completely demolished, burning mess of ruin. And a very happy walker driver.
Ugh.
Tina will pout that she didn't get a chance to do that.
But none of us will blame them. Well, look around and go, all right, we're moving out.
He'll say-
we should do pretty quick.
He'll say, I swear, that building moved.
It did. Tina will grab a carbine, even though she really doesn't know how to use one. But she will grab one.
Okay, I think if you don't have the rifle skill, I think it defaults to pistol -2.
Yeah. So she'll grab one and try to look menacing.
All right, well, the main entrance is locked, so you will have to Hudson run a bypass on this thing. That
Why is
will
it
be
locked?
because
People were
it's
just coming in and out of it.
because they keep it locked.
Wow. It's apparently it defaults to specialities at -4.
So that's I think it's electronic lockpick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look out.
Nim, run a bypass. Jeez,
I have run a
11.
bypass.
Holy crap.
So Nim runs a bypass by just pressing the button
He
that's
pushes the
green,
open button.
says open, and the door will open.
Password is 1234. I knew it.
All right, you gain access to the facility. There is no troopers or anything like that within your immediate line of sight. Where are you headed?
Are we
Control
just gonna
center.
go straight for the lab, or
Well, control center first.
All right, so beeline for the control center.
Yeah. Then once we've got that completely under, because at least if nothing else, to get the control center, we can unleash Tina on it, and she could like open and shut doors and crap like that against people.
Oh, 1 second. I need to find my map.
So you do have a map. You're just not going to share it. We see how it is.
I'm sure they're here somewhere. This is the one I want.
Wait, Nim, what is Nim carrying in terms of weapons?
I've got a carbine.
Because that's what I remember you had a pistol before, and if you still had the pistol, I was going to, point to one of the fallen carbines.
I still have the pistol.
Well, yeah.
In all cases, a size modifier of +1, that's never going to be more than 1 hex, is it?
True.
It's only when you get to size modifier 2 and above that they start taking up more than 1 hex. Am I mistaken
he's
in
never
that?
actually specified. I mean,
So I
it
might-
talks about some animals being more than 2 hexes or more than 1 hex, but it doesn't actually say when that happens.
I might change the rule set, so size modifier 0 and 1 are the same size.
That's what I kept saying.
Situate yourselves in your marching order. Don't move past there.
I was thinking I'd seen this map before, but I don't believe that's true.
I'm curious, did it take long for it to load for you guys?
No?
Mine came up pretty quick, I think.
What about your facings?
You should probably flip the grid.
If I can do that, hang on.
Yeah, pretty sure you can. I think you just switch it over.
Okay. Tina will stash her droid in her backpack,
That works.
so he doesn't need to be out on the map.
All right. I will turn snapped grid off. Hang on a sec. All right, everyone happy with their positioning there? Readjust your facing since I readjusted the hexes.
I
Okay,
suspect a firefight is coming. I don't know why.
give me hearing-based or perception rolls. If your hearing-based perception is higher than your vision, then give me a roll on that.
Denied. Failed by 1.
Bosco succeeded by 3 on the perception.
Looks like he's the winner.
Do I need to know if anyone has
Or
things like danger sense?
I don't
Does anyone have danger
think
sense?
anybody has that.
Didn't Tina?
No, she has intuition.
Right.
Sure glad I put 5 points into godlike serendipity. Awesome advantage.
It is.
Press X for doubt.
All right, so Bosco, Tina, and Daryl, you succeed. All right, so you 3 will hear something up ahead. Though you can't see, you will hear that there is like movement, footfalls, that sort of thing.
I hold up my hand and I whisper out there, I hear movement up ahead. Footsteps.
Right. But he needs to immediately seek cover. Be prepared to ambush. I'm zooming in to get a better idea of what's going on. What is this stuff that I'm pointing at on the map?
Just say miscellaneous bits and pieces that looks like pipes.
So the stuff that is sticking out is correct.
Yes.
What are those? I mean, is that like a door that shuts?
No,
or
it's just
something?
like structure. It's, yeah, if you take the panels off behind it, you'll find pipes and, you know, stuff. So from your point of view, it just looks like protrusions from the walls. But you imagine if you pull off the access panels, it'll give you access to, you know, important stuff that's behind it.
Okay, so Luck is pressing forward then. That's probably better cover anyway.
All right. You can all do moves in your turn. So instead of doing it one by one, I'll say take your next turn. Because I'm assuming you're just doing movement at this point. All right, so take your next turn. So no one moving or anything in their next turn?
Is this just a long hallway? Like, how far can we see down it?
You can see a little bit past this, and there's like a turn. It makes rounds a corner.
Okay.
Tina will. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Rigel just lost TeamSpeak or comms, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
So Tina will kind of peek around the corner and wait for Luck and Bosco to shuffle forward, and she'll scoot up to where they are as soon as they move.
Well, I'm betting that we're not going to move forward from this position until we can actually get some eyes on whatever's up there.
Bosco can try to stealth up, and he can have his carbine up and ready.
We'll wait for Phil to get back.
Test.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
That was weird. It just stopped working for some reason.
Did you maybe click a button that turns it off?
I have no idea. Maybe? Right. What was the last thing that I heard?
Don't shoot him in the back.
I didn't hear that.
Oops.
Crap, I don't know. I got so irritated at the fact it went silent.
Well, I
Well, we
said
hadn't done anything.
instead of going turn by turn, I'm saying everyone take your move, because I'm assuming you're just doing moves at the moment.
Right.
So I say take your move turn, or take your turn. So if you're not doing a move, just let me know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, I'm double
I said
checking.
I said we're probably not moving forward until we can get eyes on ahead of us.
So, Bosco, unless we want to send like a droid or something like that, Tina's droid, if it's kind of stealthy, he will stealth up and slowly walk forward. And
No, hold on for a second. I wanted to double check what what the scanning capabilities I have on the scope are.
What was it?
I'm looking at it now. Combat targeting scope. So it's got hyperspectral vision. So that's like heat. Can be used as a passive sensor providing infravision or hyperspectral vision with restricted vision. Yeah, so he's definitely going to sweep the area down there for any heat signatures.
Okay. There will be some ambient heat, like you see the sections that, these steam vents.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
They will release some heat, so you'll see those, and it sort of flares up, like on your thermal scopes. You get these bright white spots where the steam comes out.
There any indication of bodies, people hiding,
Does
head
your
poking around?
scopes go through stuff? I don't think they do.
I don't think it does. No.
So no, you won't be seeing anything because there's nothing in your line of sight at present. The place is reasonably well lit.
As to Bosco scouting forward, no. You don't have real armor as far as luck is concerned, and so he's gonna dart forward. Presumably having everybody standing by to provide any covering fire. But yeah, because right now I think he's the only one that's wearing anything resembling armor.
I believe
okay,
that's true.
while you do that, then Bosco, I think he can move one step at a time, and he will slowly step forward, aiming at the corner, just the one hex, where it turns the corner.
Okay, so Bosco, can you give me a stealth roll in the box, please?
Stealth roll in the box. Okay.
And if there's anyone else that's trying to be stealthy, I guess make that roll into the box.
I suspect this is gonna fail.
So when you do your movement from cover to cover, are you doing step-by-step move, or are you going to be doing full moves?
Good question.
Are you addressing that to luck?
To all of you, since looks like all of you did stealth rolls.
Yeah,
Tina. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna
Well,
say,
okay.
'cause we're not
Luck, you've actually taken the -5, so I assume you're doing full moves.
Yeah. Well, Daniel has a probably pretty good idea what what he's planning on doing.
All right, so take your next turn.
Bosco was doing just one step at a time,
Well,
and he was also aiming.
I mean, the
at the
rest
one
of us are
hex.
just going to keep up at a
Oh well,
distance.
in that case.
Yeah, Tina's basically just going to scoot up behind whoever the person in front of her is.
Okay, so move yourselves to where you're going to be at this end of this turn.
So there was no point in luck going ahead. We're all gonna just go with him.
Well, there's a point for him being ahead because he's going to see the contact first.
And draw the fire.
All right, so that's it. Everyone's happy with their positions?
Sure.
The stuff just happened.
No, right here.
Rubbery tentacle came around a corner and latched onto Luck's helmet.
I'm just going to move you there, Luck. That's as far as you sort of get in your movement. And you will hear the familiar sound of a voice in a stormtrooper helmet say, "Blast him!"
Those stormtroopers are really big.
Yeah,
They're
why
Wookiee
is...
stormtroopers.
That'll be the...
Crap, we're fighting giant
token size.
stormtroopers, guys.
Well, they are... Stormtroopers are big. You're just real small for a trooper.
No, I'm not.
They ate their Wheaties.
1.83 meters.
All right, so you will get there, and you will trigger their weights. Well, you kind of see them just as they sort of emerge.
They got triggered.
Since you are the only visible target, there's going to be the range penalty -4 and -2 for the pop-up. Blaster bolts go pew, 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 pew down the hall. What is that? Oh, no, okay. These icons are confusing me.
You need to make them better.
Alright, so both of them pop up, shoot, but none of them hit. Okay, so now we can go to the top of the turn.
All right, Nim. It's time for you to do something cool.
Oh, right.
Did it not ding on you?
No, it didn't.
Let me check, make sure I have dings turned on.
Ring bell and churn is set to on.
Well,
Yeah,
it should have
whatever.
dinged.
Shit, I don't know what to do. I don't have any grenades or anything. I didn't think about it ahead of time. I suppose I'm just gonna stick the blaster around the corner and start shooting down the hallway a bit. Not really aiming at anything. I suppose I would have to be here though.
Are you yelling suppressing fire as you're doing it?
Kinda. So I guess technically that would be that would actually be suppressive fire. So, but it'll be blind.
What's the roll for suppressing fire? It's skill of 9, I think, maximum.
No, it's
You select an area.
6+ rate of fire. I think is the max.
So that would be 9 with the blaster with the rate of fire 3.
Assuming it's not normally worse than that, which might be where. Oh,
While they did a pop-up, they are still visible, so they didn't duck back.
Official maneuvers on basic 324 has suppression fire as your weapon must have a rate of fire of 5+.
right. That's true. I guess you just consider that a blind shot -10 or something, and no, it's 4 -4 if you know position within 1 yard. We'll call it that.
Alright. Make your roll.
Damn it, I didn't do that right.
You should have done that right.
Well, that would have been a good idea, but I didn't.
And just cause reasons, you will also hear, "Rebel troops have entered the base! Rebel troops have entered the base!"
There, I fired off a few shots.
Alright. They pew against the back wall.
So they're not in cover.
So they have partial cover. They're -2 cover.
Okay, so I'm going to step and click and pew, pew, pew. So potential 3 hits. These would be mostly center mass.
Okay, well, you can mostly center mass those shots.
Alrighty. Because I know Brian loves it when I do this. 1, 2, 3, and I need to make the things.
You can just pick up 3 dice.
Actually, I don't think the first one. Yeah, the first one doesn't even get through. Yeah, it's just 2 because.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 2. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, that's the bare minimum damage. So, got what? 11 points of damage doesn't get through. 15
doubled.
Doesn't get through. 13 or 15 does get. Some does get through. 13 a little gets through, and that's a vital strike.
All right.
Probably
so,
like 2
but it's
points.
doubled, right? It's
Yeah,
not by
it
3.
says so. Type beam burning is ×2.
All right, not a major wound.
Do you not have to do something even for if it's a
If it's a vitals, right? You still do the major wound, but it's not at -5.
because it's like ow, it's like ow. That's
Okay, so he's not messed up.
Did I get skipped in the turn order?
he did because he probably has you hidden.
Okay,
'Cause
so all
you,
good.
you know how that goes.
Darrell will peek out from cover and fire if he may.
Okay.
You can probably
move
Ronan from the Thomas track.
What's the pop-up mod again?
-2.
-2.
No, I'll leave Ronan there because I need to keep an eye on his current hit
Gotcha.
points. He's skipped though.
Cool.
He's a named NPC. Otherwise, I would have just killed him off.
It's been so long. Now I have forgotten how to play.
Exactly. I'm sorry. And what was the pop-up attack?
-2. What you could do is just roll to see if it matters, if it makes a difference.
Ah, I refuse to do that. But I'm a weirdo.
How do you do it in face-to-face games where you don't have calculators? Where you can't apply modifiers?
I'm probably going to shoot this and put a bolt right through somebody's head in front of me.
The last time we played GURPS face to face, I actually had Fantasy Grounds running on my laptop, so I could go click, 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 and I knew what the penalties and stuff were.
Fair enough. All right, your bowcaster bolt smashes against the panel behind one of the troopers.
Righto.
Tina, you're up.
That's a pretty rough miss.
I know.
All right. Tina is going
Now,
to
for
scurry around
Tina,
the wall.
remember, I realized you said you didn't have the beam rifles or beam weapons rifle. Aiming is really helpful because I have that awesome act bonus at 10.
Yeah.
The only thing is, your AC is limited to your skill in the weapon. So if you have a skill of 9, then you can only get +9 AC.
Okay. So doing the default of -2, it would be a 10, based off of her pistol skill. But this turn, she's going to scoot around and take cover behind Bosco. There's a panel on the wall, like right next to her. Does anything about it look interesting? Like it could do something down the hall?
You would have to open it up if you're going to spend the time to open it up. But I'm sure, there's wires and cables that, if you cut them, it'll have some sort of effect. But at the moment, in one turn, you're not going to be able to open it up.
Okay. How long? She just kind of eyeballs it. How long does she think that it's going to take to pop open the panel and take a peek inside? Would it be like, 10 seconds?
You could pull the panel off in a couple of turns. But after you get the panel off, it'll take you a few turns to have a quick look, and then depending on what you want to do.
Okay. So, the problem is at this distance, she's not really going to be able to do anything without doing an aim, and she has no armor to protect her if she pops out and stays to aim. So she would be a lovely target for them.
Well, you could still aim. These guys haven't taken aim, so in terms of tactical stuff, you're one aim up on them.
All right, she'll do the Princess Leia thing and just kind of pop out from behind Bosco and try to level on the one at the bottom of the map, Stormtrooper 2.
Okay, Bosco.
Use Bosco as cover. He won't mind.
That's exactly what she's doing.
And he's like, wait, what?
Does Bosco have line of sight to Stormtrooper 1 from where he's at, behind that little wall, half wall?
Both the Stormtroopers are partial cover, so -2 cover. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying not to validate this, but it's like every time I take aim at one to try to tag team, somebody kills it, then I have to aim to another one. But he really wants to aim at Stormtrooper 2. So he's crouching down and aiming at Stormtrooper 2.
Okay.
The nerve, Tina. Your cover decided to crouch in front of you.
Sigh. It's so hard to find good help these days.
All right. What sort of cover does Luck have?
As much as he can get in that area.
So you're going complete cover?
Well, no, I just shot, so he doesn't have complete cover.
You can have complete cover from Stormtrooper 1, and I'll give you partial cover from Stormtrooper 2.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
All right, so that's -6.
You need to roll an 18 and your weapon explode in your hand.
Pew, pew, pew.
That's close to an 18. I mean, it's a 15.
Everyone else has got some sort of cover. Stormtrooper 1 is going to take aim on Bosco. All right. Nim.
With all the blaster bolts coming from behind, I think I'll stick with the blind fire for now. So still shooting at number 2. Same as before, which is probably not going to be super effective. Not even a little.
All right.
Step and engage because I need to steal Bosco's kill here. I got maximum 2 hits. So success by 1. That was a pretty mediocre roll, actually. Wow.
He denies you those hits.
Drill is going to move in behind Nim.
So he can pick up Nim and throw him at him?
I think that would really assist us. We'd get them to shoot
Nim
Nim,
can
and
shoot
we can
him
shoot
while
him.
he's in the air.
Oh, right. I guess he could do that too. I was thinking more just human shield, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hopefully I put all this in right.
Ah, cool. You need to be the one that steals his kill instead of me.
I'm waiting for it.
I actually that -2 for default can be negated because I put that in to the weapon, so it already had that. I was rolling it at 10.
You'll get 3 hits then.
Hits. So it's success by 2 instead of by 0.
All right, so you'll get all hits.
See, I was setting him up. He was dodging out of my fire into hers. Oh,
Okay, so 2 hits or 3?
3.
20, 23.
And since you're rolling damage for each hit, I officially hate you too.
Way to go.
There's 1 vitals,
Wow.
2 vitals,
So that's 16 points for the first one.
and 5. So I guess no extra.
Yeah.
So 2.
Yeah, I
The
don't
first 2
think
are
he's going
vitals.
to get up.
You're just denying Bosco his kill now.
Sorry, Bosco.
22 points for the second one.
He's well and truly dead.
5 for the last one. Man, those are some nice shots. Bosco's like, damn it!
Well, I suspected that was going to happen, but it sort of made sense for him to target him.
All right, Bosco.
Okay, so he sees Stormtrooper 2 go down, and so he drops his aim, and he's going to take a pot shot at Stormtrooper 1, so just an unaimed shot.
Okay, so -6 all up. The range and cover.
-6. Okay.
Time for you to roll a 3, bro.
And so I'm just asking when after I shoot, he intends to he'll take the shot and then try to flatten himself up against the wall behind this
For full cover. Yep, that's fine.
if that's possible. So he's gonna do an all-out attack as well for the +1. If you're allowing me to do that.
That's fine.
Okay, let me roll. So he rolls a 15, failure by 8. That's horrible. But he's gonna use his luck.
Okay.
So I'm a -6, right? You said -6 total.
So you're -7 according to
-5.
your.
Actually, it would have been worse than that because you actually still have the aim in there, and he wouldn't have had the aim.
Oh, I tried to erase my modifier bucket. I guess that didn't work.
So
You
you
can-
rolled a 15. It would have been, I don't know what's his normal skill? Is it 14?
He's at 14. Yeah.
So that would have been
So your -6 is your total penalties, unless you're going for chinks. So
So he would have been -5. So
no, he'd
I
have been
missed by 5.
-7 because of the odd determined.
no, you said 4 for the range, 2 for the cover,
Well, that's 1.
and
Yeah.
And so that's
Oh,
minus five.
minus 5. Yeah, my mistake. Your fault. I can't do math. There's a reason why I have a history degree and not a math degree.
All right, so just roll twice more. Don't need to put all the modifiers in again.
I think that one might have hit.
Success by 0.
So 1 hit potential.
But were you not going for chinks in armor?
No, not on my pot shot.
Oh, okay.
I lost my aim on the other guy. He was just going to take a shot at Stormtrooper 1 and then
Right.
duck behind
I
the
gotcha.
wall.
I haven't done that either because I'm not taking the aim.
He will attempt to dodge, which means he also loses his aim on you. But do your damage. Are you going center of mass or hit location?
I'm just
Nice.
going
God,
center of mass, torso.
Why?
there's been a lot of vitals hits.
So that's 14 points.
All right, it's a major wound.
He'll be fine. He can just rub some dirt in it.
He's unconscious because of the -5.
Too bad Bosco didn't have it. He didn't see the fruit of his labor. He's ducked behind the wall.
And Nim is totally like, I did that.
All right, you clear this corridor.
Right.
So you continue and head towards the command center.
Are we out of combat technically?
You are, yes. Did you want to do the panel?
No. Tina's going to fail her post-combat shakes. I was just pulling up the table.
All right, so how long do you shake for?
Okay, so she's stunned for 9 seconds, and then she needs to make a roll versus will. But I chose to fail it, so I don't really have a minus or a penalty on the roll.
All right, so you'll eventually come out, since we're not in combat time. Luck, you'll notice that Tina seems to be shaken. And Bosco's there as well. Well, you'll all notice Tina's a little bit shaken.
Yeah, the post-combat shakes, it's up to the GM to determine when a battle has truly ended. In this particular case, it's still kind of the same battle.
Yeah, I'll leave it up to the GM for that. I just figured if we dropped out of combat and the immediate threat is over, that's when I would have her fail it.
All right, well, the immediate threat is over. You will suffer your shakes, and
Right.
you'll be delayed.
So I am presuming what would end up probably happening here is Luck is going to, do the good shooting people. Let's keep moving, and then start advancing, and then somebody back there will at least notice that Tina is having an issue.
Yeah, she just kind of freezes, and she's still holding the gun up, like she's aiming down the hall, and she just is kind of staring at the
Smoking
fallen.
holes she put in a guy.
Yeah. And she'll eventually kind of shake her head and, do the full body bleh, and then come to.
Let's see. I can try. Can you use leadership against that?
Yeah, it would stand to reason. You could do the whole, it's all over, you can calm down.
No, that's not what leadership would be. That would be diplomacy. Leadership would be more like, Tiny, you're going to have to do that later.
Get your head in the game.
Get your head in the game, or they're
Fair
going to
enough.
shoot it. Well, I tried to fail that, but I got a success by 1.
All right, so you will take command of the situation, Tina. You snap out of it at the sound of Luck's demanding voice,
His
and you
penetrating voice even.
and you refocus and continue to the command center. All right.
Should make it worse. Take the helmet off of the guy she shot and toss it to her, for the comm thing, so she can stare at the face of the man she just killed.
Yikes.
It's like, really? That's not going to make it any better. Oh, sorry.
Substance testing lab. What kind of substances are we going to be testing?
Now you're just showing off with these maps.
scientific substances.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they test their macoxit that they pull out of the mine.
Very cool map.
I think Bosco would be taking note of, it's been a couple of encounters now where he's noting Tina's shakes, and he's thinking about coming up with, some sort of
Ain't got
Ritalin
time for
or
this.
something. Yeah, he doesn't have anything on him right now that can help, but maybe when they get back to base, he's gonna put something together that might help calm her down a little bit. He's just making a mental note at this time.
It's kind of a cool like this.
All right, do not go past that line. Again, situate yourselves. Unfortunately, you only have one bit of cover here in this corridor.
I lost the map, Ronky. Sorry, I think I clicked it off. Thank you. Got it.
Where are you getting these maps, Bronky? Because these are pretty cool.
Shout out to a Patreon dude that makes the maps. He's called... they're called Cyber Maps. It's a guy on Patreon. If I remember, we'll put links in the description for these maps. They are very awesome. What's that you've posted there?
Oh, I was trying to dig up that whole thing about using leadership to get somebody to snap out of it. It's not exactly that, but...
So, +2 on the recovery roll. Okay. So, everyone's happy with your positioning?
Happy may be a strong term.
Alright, so there's only enough
That's where the
cover.
grenade lands.
There's only enough cover for... so those of you that are behind this, you are crouched, and you can get partial cover. If you're standing, then your legs are the only thing that has cover. I guess you could
Okay, so that's
sneak
like a
into
half
this little
plate.
hollow here.
Well, what about the Wookiee?
Yeah, I'm probably 3/4 covered, or 1/4 covered. Sorry.
It's all right. Tina can take cover behind the Wookiee. Even crouched, he still covers her.
Yep.
All right. Again, are we removing Haxa?
Yes, we are.
I very nearly clicked remove all tokens. That would have sucked.
Well, I guess that depends on what you got hidden there.
No, I would have removed your tokens from the map as well.
Yeah, but ours are easy to replace.
All right, so you will get to there in your positioning when these troopers will jump out from their cover. They will take the same opportunity fire on exposed targets. I'm just going to roll first to see if it's really going to matter.
I need Tina to ignite her lightsaber and force jump at one of them.
Sadly, her lightsaber is a broken lightsaber.
All right, so no hits on any of you guys. So blaster fire comes from down the corridor, and you find yourselves in this situation starting top of the turn with Nim. You see one of the guys has a bigger blaster.
I think that really means anything to me. I don't have any armor. I'll be just as dead either way.
But you are feeling awfully exposed. So if you are going to take
could be
cover
less.
bonuses for those that are behind that thing, you will be crouched.
All right.
Or sort of kneeling, I should say.
What Nim is going to do is make a run for it. Yeah, plenty of room. So basically, he's going to do a dive behind this thing over here.
I don't think that's a thing. I think that's just a thing in the floor.
Really? I
Well-
thought it was like a hollow table or something.
It looks sort of like a table or a thing or something.
We wish
Right,
to make it
okay.
a hollow table.
That was well put. Well put.
Let's have the universe decide, because everyone likes chaos. So
I
the
heard
better
something about it being a ladder.
the universe roll, the more beneficial it is to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Daniel's we're going to roll an 18.
Oh,
So he gets
You
over
want
there
me
and
to
he's, oh,
actually roll it?
hey,
Yes,
cool.
please.
turret.
8.
All right.
Huh? Okay.
So
Okay, cool.
we'll say it's a table that sort of slides into the wall.
All right.
On this table, there is some samples of Macoxit ore.
Great. So I'll get covered with it. So I will actually be prone at that point. So I am sliding head first.
Okay.
Right. Well, okay, there's a table there. So I'm going to do a move and attack. I'm going to move over here behind the table. And
You
let's
will
see.
have to kneel to get the cover
That's
bonus.
probably fine. You can do that at the end of a run.
Yep.
And I'm trying to see if there's anything. Oh yeah, I need to. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, that really blows. That puts me at 7 or 11 effective skill. Blech. I didn't come close to hitting. Pew pew pew.
All right. So Darrell, if the device that he is sort of kneeling in front of is 2-dimension, I'd like Darrell to actually. You tell me, GM, with Darrell's size, could Darrell actually like lay his torso over that platform to effectively brace his
Yes, you could brace, but you'd be
bowcaster
aiming.
and aim at the stormtrooper.
You could, yes.
Well, that's what he's going to do. He's going to lean forward, rest his torso on that, and aim at the stormtrooper, not heavy.
Okay. End your turn.
All right, Tina's going to try to aim at the stormtrooper. I'm assuming we can kind of see him through the door.
Yes, they have partial cover, -2.
Okay, got it.
I think we're all aiming at the same one except for luck. Well, we need more targets. Okay.
Shush, he might give us them.
That's right.
The stormtrooper heavy, same type of armor, right? The heavy just denotes the weapon, or is there
Yes, you just have a heavier weapon.
all right. I think while he sees the rest of his team taking aim, he's gonna maybe try to just do some random shots to see if he gets lucky. And
Yep, that's what
Yeah,
I
you know,
tried.
yeah.
Shot
So he's
from the
gonna.
bull.
Oh, so you didn't aim? You're not aiming, Luck? Sorry.
Oh
Did
no,
you
not
shoot?
this round. I moved up and just fired a couple times because I was hoping I would get lucky.
Oh, okay. In that case, then Bosco will do an aim on the stormtrooper heavy, and that'll be my turn. Does that still allow me to have partial cover
Yes.
from where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Stormtrooper turn.
All right. This stormtrooper will see that he is being aimed at.
And step into the open.
He's going to take some shots on Darrell, hoping to mess with that aim.
Singe his fur.
All right, so you have partial cover, so it's going to be -7.
1 critical success coming up.
No. Pew, 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 pew.
Hope these things we're hiding behind aren't explosive.
That would be fun. Actually, Bosco was taking aim, was he not? So, Bosco, you are in the line of fire, so there's a chance that you could get hit. Let's see if that's a 9 or less. It's not, so it doesn't matter.
It would have been worse than that. It would have been 9 or less, or whatever his effective skill was.
The effective skill was 7, so... Alright, so Bosco is missed.
Ooh.
This trooper, heavy trooper...
Just took some shots from me. I think I'm the only one he might be able to. Well, no, that's not true. Can probably see the Wookiee, but the Wookiee's not necessarily aiming at him.
No one's aiming at him.
Nope.
So
Like I said, I took shots at
I
him.
am.
So
Bosco's aiming at Stormtrooper. Heavy.
all right, so then he's going to take a shot and see if he
But
can.
he just got shot at by Luck.
Right, but luck doesn't. No one has aim on him except you. He knows that once you've got your aim, he's in trouble. So he's going to try and mess with your aim.
not that we've ever done any of that.
These guys are trained. They know that shots on target can throw your aim. No, pew, not even close. I guess there's a potential. Nah, he was way off.
God help me. Okay. Nim is going to stay prone and basically poke his head around the side of that table, and try to get an aim on Heavy there, I guess.
All right. So you aim.
Aim.
Drill will fire. I hope I can do this a little bit quicker. So just bear with me.
Do your damage. Ouch. So that'll be 10. I assume center of mass, so you can roll a d6. See if you hit the vitals.
Oh man, I saw it on the balloon and it just flipped right over. It's like, oh! We thought we were gonna have Brian go, not again.
All right, that is a major wound. He will be stunned.
You sure? Don't they have high pain?
This is true.
Don't help.
Whose side are you on?
So he will not be stunned.
I gotta let Tina get the kill shot
Oh, God, no. Okay. Tina is going to shoot.
so she can like freak out about the fact she's murdered 3 men today.
I don't like his chances. Half move and dodge. So do your damage.
Not as good as before.
Third one
You
doesn't
can
get
just
through.
roll 2
So-
d6s.
So it's
So I think
4
for the people that are
and
listening, right?
6,
Because Tina had a success by 6, so 3 hits.
16,
Alright,
18,
so-
12. Yeah, so that's what 4 and 6 get through, I think.
Yeah, and none of them are vitals.
But still, he got pretty hammered by the Wookiees, so
So none are major wounds on their own. But he's hurting. Bosco.
peak hold.
Okay. So Bosco had his aim on the heavy
Yep.
Stormtrooper. And he will fire. Range, light cover, or no cover?
-2 cover. And you're -5 range.
GM, could you kill the aim effect on Darrell, please?
So you can't do it yourself.
Yeah, I don't think
I
I can remove any of the modifiers.
How do I clear my modifier bucket? I messed up.
Just
You can
drag
just-
it to the desktop.
Or you can click on the little dots beneath it. So that lets you selectively delete modifiers.
Or you select the number that's in the modifier and delete.
We need a fourth
Okay.
option.
I think I have my aim, I have the range, and then a cover modifier. Does that sound about right?
+1 for braced.
Oh,
Accuracy?
Yep, and I got the accuracy for the aim. So I got a +5 if I did it right.
You have 3 shots on target. Am I going to
I
officially
was-
hate Bosco?
That sucks for him.
Looks that way. Wait, no, not yet. 4 points.
Okay. Now I'm officially hating Bosco
1
too.
point.
So I hit with 3 shots,
2
none of them to the vitals. 16, 13, and 14 damage.
Alright, so I've got 4, 1, and 2. None are a major wound. But he's
Wow.
hurting.
That's some pretty good armor.
Oh, wait a sec. Did you
It's not
target Chinks? No, you didn't target Chinks, so.
I'm not really good at it. It's so I didn't want to use it.
Alright,
Yeah,
but
that's-
he's hurt.
That's not one you want to use in the heat of the moment. That's one you need to prep for.
Alright, so this guy will fall unconscious.
See what Tina did?
She's like a murder hobo.
She is. She's a murder machine.
A small, hot pink murder hobo.
Luck is so proud.
So who has aim on this guy right now?
Luck.
Luck. So he's going to switch his aim to, well, not aim. He's going to switch on his fire to Luck.
To be fair, Nim does have aim on him.
Oh,
as well.
yeah. Luck and Nim.
But Nim is just a little blue head sticking out from under the table.
Luck has the bigger gun, does he not?
Yeah, they're both carbines.
He's
It's
a lot
just-
more visible.
Yeah, he's probably more visible.
Well, let's do it like this.
That's fine. It makes sense for him to target Luck because Luck's already engaged him, like already.
All right. Luck's going to take the heat.
You need to roll an 18 so it
He can
doesn't
handle
ruin anything.
But he also just got hit by Bosco, so he might be like, who does he go
Ow.
after?
Now, high pain threshold, they get to ignore the shock penalties.
All right, so -6.
But he doesn't ignore the oh shit mental process.
All right, no shots on target.
Not today.
All right. It's up to you there, Nim. If you can't do it,
Blam, blam, blam. Or pew, 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 I guess. And I need all the help I can get because I suck with a rifle. But I
That's pretty
pulled
good.
it off.
Do you damage?
Good God, man.
Do I
Can't
hate?
dodge for crap.
Do I hate Nim as well?
I don't believe you will.
he's going to roll 3 ones. Oh, damn. There's 1 1.
Well, there's a 1-1. Does that mean I should roll 3 damages?
Yes, you should, just because it drives the GM crazy.
I guess I should now, because one of them's a vitals hit. All right,
You could just roll
Non-vitals.
damage
Bring in
once.
the hate.
vital
Yeah, doesn't get through.
Damn it.
and non-vitals.
Ooh, 19
So-
damage on the vitals, minus armor.
14 and
14
5.
and 5, yeah. He could maybe still be up,
Well, this is a death roll.
or not.
He doesn't outright die. And
Does he roll for shock and stun? Or
he does.
stun?
But he will be unconscious.
Failure
Off
by
you
8.
go.
All right. Scramble to my feet. Run over there. Make sure there's not more troopers just awaiting to shoot us.
There is not.
I need to be unaffected.
Yeah, I need all of mine unaffected. Is there? I don't remember. It's been a while. Is there a way to just remove all effects?
There
the
is. It's a GM option.
Yeah, I was wondering from the GM perspective. That's just me. Yeah, click.
I didn't even know how you guys added those to your combat tracker.
Up there on the top right, underneath the party sheet, you have the effects. That's the little person with the little plus signs, and
Oh,
then
I
there
see it.
are, and then we have a bunch of custom effects, and we just grab the little. I don't know what that is.
It's a button.
starry thing, the button, and then just drag it on top of our thing in the combat tracker.
You should be
Okay,
able
yeah.
to remove the effects that you add yourself. But can
that used to be
Nim?
the case.
since it's your turn on the tracker, can I get you to add the effect onto yourself?
Yeah,
Oops,
the
I
one
don't-
that the one with mine was prone. I added that, and I could not remove it.
Right,
Yeah,
but did
I'm
you do
just-
it while it was on your turn?
I see what you mean.
Well, let's
Because
find
it could be the... Alright, so can you remove it now?
I don't see
That is a
anywhere-
negative.
Let me see if there's an option for it. Combat. Show effects on notice. It's on.
That combat tracker doesn't have options, does it itself?
No.
Nah.
Maybe you just need to
Oh.
add a button that clears the effects and we can
No. It's not
override.
it. No, I can't see any option.
Now,
Yeah.
how much did we mess with the combat tracker in the GURPS rule set?
There's a little bit of messing.
So I'm wondering if we just need to update that code.
Not sure.
But it used to work, and then it stopped working at one point.
Let me make a note of that in things to look at. Work out what you're going to do while I make this note.
I know that Daryl is attached to his big ass or his bowcaster, but he might want to actually tote around that heavy blaster because it hits really hard. Let me find it again. Yeah, the heavy blaster, according to Ultratech, is basically it's an oversized blaster rifle, so it used beam weapons rifle, but it has a backpack power supply, and it does 8D parentheses 5 burn surge with AC of 10 plus 4.
Okay.
Bosco's asking Tina if she could like jury rig his carbine to shoot uh power, plus P rounds, like double the charge or something like that, double damage.
Let me
Um,
see.
I know you
She
can do
does.
that in Ultratech. I don't know if
Don't know if
It's
you
called
can
hot
blast-
shotting, but I think it's only lasers.
Yeah, hot shotting is only for lasers.
So she has armory for melee weapons and small arms. So I don't know that she can do one of the bigger rifles.
no, those still count as small arms. If you carry it, it's a small arm.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, she could technically, given, I guess, some time, she could go in and monkey with it.
You stand corrected, Brian. Ultratech 133, it just refers to beam weapons. Beam weapons can be overloaded to fire hot shots. That's interesting. I thought that was only lasers.
All right. Well, since we're not tracking shots, what I'll do is if you want to hot shot your weapon, then I will make your malfunction worse.
Yeah, hot shot counts as 2 shots. You multiply damage by 1.3 or add +1 damage per die. When firing a hot shot, that's already built in, Brian. When firing a hot shot, the weapon has a malfunction number of 14. Plasma guns that use power cartridges cannot fire hot shots, but can be loaded. Some beam weapons are Gatlings. They do not overheat, but they may not fire hot shots. If a beam weapon has overheated, let's see, how do you overheat? GM can ignore heat in most situations, but have the... Why am I doing it this way? I should just copy and paste this.
All right, so your malfunction will go to 14, and there'll be some worse effect.
I'm kind of tempted to put a hot shot option on mine.
All right, so what I'll do, if you want to, since we're not tracking ammo, if you want a hot shot, the malfunction will still go to 14. And I'll roll on them twice on the malfunction table, increasing the chances of blowing up your gun or something.
I like it.
He just wants robot hands.
So let me ask a question here. Can that be like a trigger, like a selector switch?
I believe it
So
can.
I can choose.
Yeah, that'd be like, I guess, probably a ready action to switch between modes. It's the whole modern switching between single shot and burst fire sort of thing on a M4.
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
So I think it'd just be 5D plus 5 if you're going to do that.
Well, in any case, hot shotting is not something that you're going to be able to do. It's going to take time to like strip down your gun and mess with it.
Right. Well,
But yeah, it's something I think Tina could do.
I think anybody who has the armory skill might be able to do it with enough work. I have small arms at 11, so
Tina's got it at 13.
yeah, so she's probably faster at it. If when Luck does it, it's like he always does it the same way. Oh, yeah, I've watched him disassemble his rifle 6 times, and he's put everything in the exact same spot.
All right. Are you going to be picking up this heavy blaster?
Yeah, that's entirely up to Daryl, but that might be a good idea for him. Wants to hit things harder the thing.
Is my skill with beam weapons going to... It will, eh?
Beam weapons rifle, right?
No, beam weapons bowcaster. It's very particular.
Oh, you don't have rifle. Okay. Right.
No.
So that would be
So
at
that would be
minus
at minus
4.
4.
Why is it at 60 plus 2? It should just be plus 5.
Oh, I did. I don't know if you guys use the damage add. So every 4 points of damage
No,
is one
Daniel
dice,
does that. Daniel does that.
or I could just make it +5. It's more consistent damage, or it's more random, but more variable.
All right, so ready to move on?
Yes, I think so. What
I'm happy.
is
I'm happy to pick up that heavy weapon if we want to use it. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if you have
it
stats
might
for
be
it.
useful. I mean, even if he's not what's his normal his bowcaster skill?
Bowcaster skill.
13.
So let's see. So if he used that, it'd be at minus 4. So that put it at base of 9. But if he used the aim straight away, that's a skill of 19.
Yeah, I think I'd like to pick it up at least. Do you have it as an item that I can drop in?
I believe so.
Do you have the power pack as an item?
Just take it from the dead guy.
As an item. The weapon weight does not include the power pack.
Okay, I'll drop that in my inventory.
We can ignore the power pack weight for now.
Okay.
I wonder why these items don't appear for you. So if you open up your items, you can't see items?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so all the items and stuff should be in the items list. So if you ever need to find something. All right, Luck. So you're moving. You
Yeah.
will get to there.
All right. Well, is this area here completely open?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so if he's coming around there, then if we're following,
Yeah,
All right,
Tina will
so-
be trailing behind, probably behind the Wookiee.
You know that this room here is the command center or command room. You will see standing sort of in front of this this doorway here is an Imperial officer. He's standing, like they do, arms sort of behind their back or hands sort of clasped behind their back. He's just looking at you, and then in Star Wars fashion, the door comes slamming down at lightning speed. So, and it sort of locks. You will also notice that he has some trooper escorts in there as well.
Right. Okay.
well, I could get the door open, but then we all get shot immediately.
Depends. If we're also doing the weight to engage, then we have the whole cascading weight things. Let's see. Are they in the items? Let's see.
This is where Tina needs to have her lightsaber and just through the door.
That would be
Okay.
nice.
Her lightsaber is broken. Sadly.
Well, you
She has
can
no
fix
idea how to
it.
use it.
So, question, based on the mapping that we have, is there any way out of that room?
There is.
Right. Need you to run a bypass. Get us in there. I can, surprise them with this, and I'm totally preparing to toss a thermal detonator in there.
Tina would like to
Okay.
get on the computer there and see if she can cause some mischief in the room we're about to go
That would
to.
be kind of amusing if she just goes, "Hey, hold on," click, click.
What sort of mischief are you considering causing?
They don't need atmosphere in there, right?
So the kind of thing I'm thinking would be like flood the room with a gas, some kind of like thing to make it difficult for them to breathe. Short out like some of the panels near them, causing like them to be distracted. That kind of mischief.
Of those, probably messing with the environmental controls, but it wouldn't be isolated to that just one room. So you could turn off the atmosphere filters, but it'll do it for the whole facility.
Okay. We all have like helmets, right? Like the masks and stuff.
We had respirators, yeah.
So the stormtroopers wouldn't be affected by it, but the officer may, unless he has a respirator.
Okay. So she'll take a few seconds and nose around the computer and see if something obvious presents itself that would assist with distracting the guys in the next dream.
Well, I don't know how long the electronic lockpick situation takes.
Takes a minute times or minus 5 seconds per margin of success.
Well, I
Or
know
no,
that's the
minus
standard.
5% per margin of success, I think. Something like that.
Something like that. So I'm assuming I'm just going to get started while she's poking around.
All right, so give me a hacking roll.
You think
In
you got it? You think you got
fact,
it? And then another door slams down.
there won't be any penalties to this. It is not. This is a mining facility, so security is not it's not huge on the agenda. So just straight hacking. Well, a bad of 0. Let's say that. All right, you'll be able to access the mining stuff. So anything that you could think of related to mining and running the mine and stuff, you have access to.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's much I can do from here.
Let's see. Give me a perception roll.
Visual, audible.
Visual. It's actually more an IQ perception.
Oh, there we go.
There's
We were wondering where the 17s were.
All right. So you're fairly sure there's something that you've missed.
Okay. So she is going to go into focus mode and try to find whatever it was that she missed.
Okay. The rest of you.
I am prepared to throw a thermal detonator into that room once Nim opens the door.
Darrell is going to lie down with the new heavy blaster and aim at the door and just wait.
And he's totally, we're hearing a Wookiee constantly chuckling as he's like, this is going to be awesome shooting this thing.
Well, I'm going to open the door.
What's Bosco doing?
What is Bosco doing? I think he is going to be aiming at the space right behind the door.
Don't nobody shoot me.
So I do have a question. Would any of the stuff that she has access to from the mines, would that include like a visual, like cameras on the mine shafts or anything like that? Or is that not part of that?
Yeah. You'd have some cameras that
Okay.
watch certain safety areas of the mine shaft and stuff.
Okay. She is going to be like, okay, it's got to be something that I missed with the cameras. And she is going to go through each camera, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's style.
All right. Well, you start cycling through the cameras and you see a shut down, inactive mine. Vehicles just left where they were, the operators left them. Nothing's really put away. So this place was abandoned fast. So you imagine the Empire turned up and said, all right, everyone, piss off. Stop what you're doing. Go.
And for a fraction of a second,
Start
Have
over.
Have another drink.
Start over.
for a fraction of a second, you saw an animatronic stormtrooper.
Oh, God.
Okay. I will give you another roll on perception since you tried again.
little better.
Boo. She succeeded by 1. I like the crit by 4.
Yeah, that's more fun. The crit fail.
All right, so you will find that something has been added to the sort of controls with increased power, extra power routing to a particular section, and this would be the lab that or the biolab that your droid showed you the hollow of.
Right.
However,
now we're at that. Do you cut the power to that lab? Because is that a good thing, or does it let them out?
and what you can see is that it used to be just a storage facility. So on the map, it's marked as a storage facility, but it's had extra power routed to it, and there's sort of monitoring routines to make sure that stuff is working properly.
Okay. She's going to call that out over her shoulder that they're rerouting a lot of power to the lab. And it looks like they set up the lab specifically for this. It wasn't a lab when this place first operated. And she's like, what do I do? Do I cut the power?
That sounds to me like a intuition test, because I think Luck is probably about to say, "Cut the power."
Give me a universe reaction roll, Tina. And I'll let you choose which is going to be good for you, a bad roll or a good roll.
The roll she makes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go with a good roll. Will be the one that's good.
Okay.
Good is good for us, bad is bad for them.
Neutral. Of course.
The universe is
Different.
cold and indifferent.
Yeah, so she's...
You can see that there is some, software and code installed for some monitoring equipment, some cameras and stuff like that for the lab, but it hasn't been set up yet.
Okay. So she's looking over her shoulder at all of them, and then her eyes land on Luck. Like, what do I do?
Kill the power.
And she's like, but what if that kills them?
They're already dead. You saw the hollows.
I think because she's got, she has pacifism, cannot harm innocence. So can I ask
nope.
for like a leadership role or some kind of other persuasion role?
I suspect pacifism. She, straight up refused to do that. Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well,
Give me your intuition roll.
suppose you could browbeat her into doing it.
Okay, so it'll be
in
IQ,
the box.
right? In the
Yeah.
box.
All right, so you do not have any gut feeling on this at all.
So this may be one of those things where she's kind of like her hand is hovering over the button that would cut the power, and maybe Luck is like, frack this, and he runs over and smacks her hand into it.
No, he's currently like poised at the door, ready to chuck this thermal detonator in there.
So she'll hover over the button, and then she'll be like, I can't. It could kill them. No, I'm not going to do it. And she'll back off.
Well, this unlocking probably won't take very long, so you may be right in the middle of deciding when the door opens.
Yeah.
Okay, make your roll.
He said that.
I'm
Dan's
going
gonna
to
roll an
assess
18.
a penalty.
I thought you might. What's my evaluation of this lock? Is it going to be particularly difficult?
No, it's not going to be particularly difficult, but they've actually taken steps to make sure it's locked. So, from the other side, in Star Wars terms, they've just shot the control panel on the other side.
Right, okay.
Which always struck me as really stupid.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's space opera for you.
Yeah.
So we'll say this will be a contest, your skill versus their IQ.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in that case, since I think Daniel asked about, is there another way out of that room? So they
Yes.
they shot the lock, and then one of the stormtroopers said, "Open the door." So the other door, and he's like, yeah, about that."
All right, well, let's get that over with.
Like 12. Holy cow.
Yeah, I don't like his chances.
Fiddling with the wires, it's not doing what they totally blasted that thing.
Yeah, you will know that They've blasted the panel on the other
He
side,
said
but
that makes this easier.
you can still do your thing.
It's all right. I can get around it. Hold on.
So success by 12. So is it? I can't remember if it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not going to take that long.
But yeah, you sit there, pull out some wires, re-jigify it, and the door will open. Now we
At which
do.
point I will dive behind the door or out of the way.
Luck immediately tosses the thermal detonator in there once the doors curls open. Well, wait, no. These are Star Wars doors. Whoosh!
So that is their positions.
If I was on the ground and I was observing or wanting to do opportunity fire, how would we play that out?
We'll have like cascading weights. I'm going to relocate these guys. Luck, since you're throwing this in without, well, you have two options. You can throw it in without evaluating, which means you'll be at a -2. Actually, no. How am I going to do that? Because you don't know where the people are. So you're going to... Right, but you have to throw it in and aim for a location, right?
Yeah, I guess suppose so.
So...
You can just pick where it goes and they are where they are.
Or you can take a -2 and then I'll show you where they are. And
Right.
so if you're taking the time to evaluate where they are, you're -2. If you're just going
That
to lob
sounds
it,
right.
then indicate where you're lobbing it, and then I'll reveal where they are.
What's the blast radius on that thing? Does it even matter?
I don't
Alright.
know. It's going to also depend on whether he's actually armed it or not. And if it's just like he's using it to cause them to go, oh crap, thermal detonator.
Meh.
Okay, so that's your location.
Yeah,
All right, so that's where they are.
but yes, it would have been armed. I have no idea what the blast radius is on those things. There are no stats for them anywhere. I mean,
Didn't we have
I
one
poked
where it said
around and
where the
looked.
shield was?
I've seen what it says about it on Wikipedia, but I do not know what the actual stats would be in GURPS.
I thought I saw them in the in that
I
book.
have not seen them. I've seen them referenced that they use baridium, I believe they said, but I will double check to see. Actually, I can check GCA too.
Is there a file for that?
Yeah, they're GCA. Yeah, at least the older version. It doesn't look like it has anything there.
All
Well,
right,
let's see.
so
The third edition one has a 60 times 5.
that'll work.
Honestly, the way they just they react to it in Return of the Jedi, you'd think it's quite a bit more than that because everybody's like,
Friggin'
"Oh
micro
crap!
nuke.
Oh crap! It's gonna kill everybody in this room."
60 times 5 is a lot, though. That's like 200 points of damage average. No, 100 points of damage average. No. Yeah, 200 points. No, 100.
Yeah, this third edition thing doesn't say anything about that whole shield business, so that's
If I
weird
wanted
to have.
If I wanted to fire on the Sergeant Stormtrooper, could I do that?
You could. Does anyone remember how the cascading weights work?
I think it's just
I think
based off of basic speed.
I think it's simultaneous. So ranged attacks are simultaneous. So they roll, you roll. It's only melee attack. Ranged attacks go before melee.
I don't remember that.
Anyway, that's how we'll do it. So attacks will be simultaneous.
Okay. I'm just going to start piling on the mods here, but I am braced, so I'm going to add that. I'm doing opportunity fire for 2 hexes on the other side of that door.
So I can't use the TL9 0.01 kiloton mini nuke.
We will say whatever's within the radius is destroyed.
Okay, cascading weights.
All right. So-
multiple fighters trigger weight maneuvers simultaneously or nearly so, it's crucial to know who goes first. This can arise in many situations, blah, blah, blah. Let's see.
You didn't add the aim. You would have had the aim.
Oh, I wasn't aiming though. I was just using opportunity fire on 2 X's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, you can get your aim.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
You can aim only if you're targeting one hex, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I couldn't use braced because it's +1 if stationary and took a turn to aim. Well, I failed that. I think if I failed that, let's see if I hit the guy behind him.
So it's a quick contest. What's this? So quick contest of decks.
Probably in this case.
All right, let's do this. I'll do them as a group, and
Actually, it's a combat skill to attack, so it's probably guns or beams.
all right. So those of you that are taking opportunity fire or waiting, roll your weapon skill.
Do you
I
want me to
will.
re-roll that?
I will.
Success by
This is
7.
to determine the order that you go in. So your attack roll is still fine. Okay, so it's going to be luck that goes first, then the stormtroopers, then Daryl.
Okay, so regarding thermal detonators on Wikipedia, they have 2 things that are very interesting. They have one that is a bit of flavor text from, I want to say Shadows of the Empire, where one of the characters says to Leia, and is described, this is pre-Return of the Jedi, he's like, it's a thermal detonator. If you let it go without disarming the dead man's switch, it goes off. And she said, well, that's obviously the version she had. He's like, and it does what? Makes a small thermonuclear fusion reaction. A small thermonuclear fusion reaction. Yep, just enough to vaporize a good chunk of whatever is next to it. And then a little bit further down in the actual description, the result of the explosion was an expanding particle field that could atomize any material that could not conduct heat or thermal energy within the fixed blast radius, typically 5 to 6 meters. Although specific grenades could have a blast up to 100 meters.
I imagine that would be adjustable.
Yeah, but since these are the stormtrooper things, they would probably just have it at the, I don't know, 5 meter thing, I would think.
Now, it's worth noting in this case that you are throwing a grenade, and that's going to have a time fuse on it.
Yep. Some, such as those used by Imperial stormtroopers, featured adjustable timers with settings typically ranging from 6 to 18 seconds, but that's a timed fuser.
So, point being that if you throw first, it's not going to do anything until
Unless
it goes
I
off.
have set it towards like 2, but even then, yeah. So he will chuck it. It will presumably land, and then a couple seconds or whatever later, it goes boom.
But more importantly, in this case, you chuck it, they shoot, then Daryl shoots,
Right.
and then after that, it goes off.
That's what it sounds like.
And anything within 5 yards, we will assume, is toast.
Can I?
Why
definitely
wouldn't
roll?
you just? Why wouldn't you just use a normal explosive damage? Like it's divided by 3 for every yard, and it drops off.
Because it's a thermal detonator, and they're weird. They're not actually like regular grenades.
Yeah, see, that's the trick there is how much damage does it do in that hex?
We will
And
So you
we'll
start
codify what it does later. I'll assume anything that's in the blast radius will be vaporized.
Can I use this?
Yeah.
Sure.
That is the 0.01 kiloton mini nuke.
How big is the mini nuke?
Let's see. I don't know. Does it say?
didn't they have nuclear rounds for like the grenade launcher or something?
That's what that is.
Is it?
Ultratech, yeah. Mini nuke uses a small laser diode, nuclear isomer, metallic, blah blah blah. So this results in a clean nuclear fusion explosion with limited or no fallout. but I'm not sure what the range is.
Where is that?
Ultra Tech 156. I'm
So-
still
Right,
scrolling to
so
see if I can find
They have
additional.
warheads for it then.
So how big is the warhead?
Well, the largest is
0.01
going to be
kiloton.
mortar sized.
No, I mean size, like millimeters. Because the warhead table, it says, must be 60 millimeter warhead or greater.
Right. Yes. The minimum size of the mini nuke depends on tech level. 100 millimeters at TL9, 64 millimeters at TL10, 40 millimeters at TL11. So it is
Grenade
it
size.
is grenade size. Wow.
I
Although that
guess
does
we
have
could.
linked- It has some linked damage, which is 40 times 200 burn, explosive radiation surge. Although I don't think that is appropriate on those.
I imagine it would be, not that it matters. Because if it is shield limited to 5 yards or whatever it is, 5 meters, then it's not going to matter whether there's a surge or not.
That's hysterical.
All right. So anything that's within the blast radius will be vaporized. Actually, what I guess, if you've seen Ahsoka in the very first episode, the assassin droids self-destruct,
Yes.
perhaps they could be considered an unshielded thermal detonator.
Or just a thermal detonator that's not dialed down to 5 to 6 meters.
Because they were
Because
some
it's-
pretty big
You know,
explosions.
it specifically states in the Wookiee thing, it's like the result, blah blah, is within the fixed blast radius, typically 5 to 6 meters, comma. Those specific grenades could have a blast up to 100 meters. So that would fit with those things being 100 meters. Actually, while I'm here, I will just go ahead and look up those droids and see what Wikipedia says, because they're crazy.
In any
What
case,
about
we'll move on.
Right. So just I know what you're reading. What about the thermobaric? Do you think that one is appropriate?
I don't know. I mean, this is it's specifically referred to as a semi, or as like a mini nuke in the stuffs. So, because they're supposed to be, it's like, oh my god, you're gonna set one of those off, you're about to take out everybody in this room.
Except no substitutes.
All right, so Nim, you just move for cover?
Yeah, when the door opened, he was off to the side.
Okay.
And in fact, knowing what that thermal detonator is doing, he's going to be crawling away.
So, Luck, you throw. All right, you already made the roll.
Yep. Can you remove
So,
the aim from the aim effect from mine? Thank you kindly.
so succeed by 7. Your range penalty is going to be much less than that. So you actually go throw it on target.
And then duck around to hopefully maximize his cover.
All right, so then it is the stormtroopers that get to shoot. I
So just be
guess.
specific.
I guess they could still shoot at Luck.
Yeah, probably. I just have probably like half cover or something like that.
Wow.
And you have set the timer to be 2 seconds, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this guy's going to shoot at Luck. Okay, he succeeds by 4. That's going to be a hit with...
Succeed by 2. That might be 3.
yeah, that'll be
Nope,
3
no,
hits.
That's not including the -2 range, -2 cover. So 1 hit.
Sure, 1 hit.
You might consider that a pop-up as well.
But
No,
they
they're
would have been
probably doing
aiming.
the same. Yeah, they're doing the same thing. So
All right, so
Oh,
roll 1
right.
defense.
great. Oh, shiny! I succeed by 1, so just barely.
Okay. I'm going to assume Stormtrooper 2 has the ability to shoot Luck as well. The other one's going to go for Duril.
Luck would very much like you to not hit. I said
That's
not.
going to most definitely be a hit with all 3. I don't even need to math that one.
You know what? Re-roll it.
You suck.
Twice.
All right, so I
Take
guess
the 11 one.
no hits. You suck.
Woot! Well, that's the only kind of way I can really use that that luck, because I narrowed my I wanted it to be cheap.
All right, so Stormtrooper 1 will shoot at Darrell. Yeah, not happening.
Does any of that hit Tina?
She says, damning herself.
One?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah,
Taking it
not
real.
likely.
Oh yeah, she's got a good point. That would have been potential.
So
Straight line.
no hits on her.
Okay.
Okay, then Darrell's weight will activate.
Okay, so I missed the sergeant by like 1 because I needed, when I recalculated everything, I should have been rolling to hit on a 5, not a 6. So
But
I missed
you
the
have-
sergeant.
You have aim, right?
I don't think so, because I was focusing on the door. So I guess the question is was he right behind?
I'll give you aim.
Okay, so if I had aim, I definitely would have hit then, because the aim is plus 10.
I'll give. Oh shit!
Well, look you. There you go.
I'll give you aim simply because in one turn there's going to be nothing left in that room.
However,
Okay.
he may be able to make the additional roll to get the 2.
All right, so that's
I'd need a. I guess I'd need a 9 or less to hit the guy behind the sergeant.
Yep. Roll
Yeah.
a
So let's try that.
Roll a
This will just be an
3,
open.
because that'd be
this will be an-
awesome.
This will be an open roll on my just using my primary, which is what I need anyway.
you need to like double knock him back out of the blast radius.
Oh,
Sweet.
look at that!
There's nowhere in that room that's out of the blast radius.
All right, he doesn't dodge, so do your damage. Maybe you're going to. This will be a mercy killing. Holy crap!
Nice. See why we were talking about that? That thing hits really hard. We didn't want to get hit by it.
I can at least put a point into this weapon now.
That's
Yep.
true.
All right, so 14 gets through.
Now, do you want to multiply that by how many shots got hit him?
Uh,
They got
Ooh.
3 hits.
you actually rolled a 6.
Yeah, all 3 of them are going to hit.
Damn.
That was some tight grouping. He can totally say, yeah, I was aiming for that guy.
All right, well, he's toast. That takes care of their your weight actions. Tina was not doing it. Oh, was Bosco waiting?
He was targeting one of the hexes, but nobody walked into it
Right.
at this
Okay.
point.
All right. So top of the turn.
Seal the door!
You didn't say anything about sealing the door.
I will assume it'll take some turns to seal the door.
Well, if he's crawling away, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm crawling away. We didn't discuss that ahead of time.
Okay, let's see. So he is aware that thing's going off at any time now, so he is going to jerk back and put as much of this wall between him and the trooper. Oh, crap, no, he's not. He can't do that because Daryl is just laying there, and Tina could be exposed, so damn it.
He's going to stand there at the edge of the blast radius and take it.
I guess he has to. Does the sergeant have cover?
He has partial cover.
That's the wrong damn one. That's weird. Ooh, margin crit by 10 on a quick shot.
God.
So he can get a dodge for one of the 3 hits. No, for 2 of the 3 hits, but one of them is definitely hitting.
He will not successfully dodge.
And that one is just a double shock, so it's not all that. Doesn't really matter.
Uh-huh.
And okay, well, I was not actually
mercy
expecting
kill.
to hit. I was not actually expecting to hit with this shot.
Damn, good damage.
So 25 is the one that is going to be the. Oh man, that's the vitals one.
So that's a death roll for him.
That's 13. That's 26 points of damage that gets through. Good lord.
He shakes off the death roll, and he shakes off the major wound. But he's at half move dodge.
Wow, he's taking 32 points of damage. Oof.
So he takes an extra 6.
So he's reeling, and then it's going to go boom.
Well, I don't know that I want to just try and take a shot at the sergeant.
Now's the time.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to aim.
Take your chances.
Yeah, I will.
Ah, well.
All right, Tina.
All right. So Tina kind of snaps out of her whatever frozen state she was in, and when shots go over her head, and so she's going to duck for cover.
Also, Luck said something about nuke out.
Yeah, nuke out.
Okay. Does the sergeant have cover from Bosco?
I'm not even
He's
sure
kind
you
of in
can
the opening.
see him.
Yeah, he has cover. You can't see Sergeant. Your arrow goes right through the wall. Stormtrooper 1 is visible to Bosco, though.
Sorry, sergeant is behind cover.
Sergeant behind cover, but Stormtrooper 1 is visible to Bosco.
Okay. Yep. He's just gonna. So that's just a range penalty, right?
Yep.
Straight up range penalty. He will do an all-out attack just to the torso. I have all my stuff set up for that one.
Just roll to see if it matters.
So I added the laser +1, all-out attack +1, and then
Do your damage.
yeah. So 1 hit.
Which means 2 of them might have
Sorry.
hit the officer.
17
It's gonna be
damage.
funny if all of them just are basically
right?
down, and then the stupid thing goes off.
It's not overkill, it's certainty.
So 17 damage minus their armor, not a vitals hit.
All right.
That
So
would
it's not a
be
major wound or
5
anything.
points.
I guess you can roll once more. Just roll your attack roll, because it's possible the officer got hit.
Not even close.
With the same modifiers or no?
It has the same
in that
modifiers.
case, it would have been like capped at 9. It'd have been your whatever your effective skill was, or 9, whichever's
Okay.
lower.
So he failed by 1, so he missed.
No, it'd have been a lot worse than that, because it would, in that case, it would have been that
9.
or 9,
So
which is whichever's lower.
okay, yeah. He missed for sure.
All right, so the Imperial officer has seen the thermal detonator get thrown in. He's going, oh shit. Let's see if he has a minor freak out.
He is probably the only one that could potentially get out of here. And that's assuming that door is open.
It's probably not.
He will have a minor freak out. That's not correct. He's an officer. He should be smarter.
Yeah.
He will
He's
run.
over at the door, pushing it, going, "Open, damn it, open!"
He runs to the door. All right, this guy, Sergeant, will fall unconscious.
That's bad for him, but not like he could have. Well, I guess theoretically he could have gotten to there, which would have taken him out of it.
This stormtrooper sees the thermal detonator sort of come to rest at his feet, and he's going, oh shit.
You got
He
that.
He just looks up and says, "You dick.
He's running for the door.
You can't surf that explosion."
And then the grenade, and then it goes off.
It'll go off on your turn.
Well, didn't we run into that before? All right, well, Nem is going to make himself very small in that corner.
All right, now it goes off.
Wait. Okay, hold on. So Luck is gonna dive over here to the or scramble over to where Nim was and hit the door shut button so it can do the and come down really fast, and
All
then
right.
the whole thing can shake.
Not a problem. You do that. The door comes down at lightning speed. I'd hate to be the
And then
guy that's
disappears, just
actually.
gets vaporized.
I know, right?
I'd hate to be the guy that's like halfway through the door when someone hits the door shut button. But it shuts as there is an explosion, and I'm not even going to bother rolling. That place is totaled. The door will breach in a couple of spots, and the door will be such that it can't be opened.
5,600 points of damage.
See, because of the whole shield thing, I wonder if there would be a concussive effect of some kind outside the shield at all, or if it's just going to vaporize all the air and then it's all going to collapse in.
I'm not sure.
Form a black hole.
I can't recall any thermal detonators actually going off.
Nope.
No, I don't think you ever saw it.
I'm sure in one of the Clone Wars episodes, maybe they've had one go off, but I don't recall them.
I actually don't think they have. I think they've referenced them a number of times, but they've never actually shown them.
I think it would make sense that it would vaporize the air so it would collapse in, so we get that rush of air getting sucked into the room, which could probably suck the officer right back into the center.
In either case, there's no way you're getting into that room.
Well, there's also no way they're going to be using the control center,
This is correct.
which means we can have Tina go back to finding any intel or control. Wait, we're going to the lab. And she was like, no, I don't want to do it.
Luck, give me a universe reaction roll.
Sure thing. The universe is poor.
All right, so Tina, you will notice that your terminal actually no, you're not at the terminal anymore. The servers and stuff that run this facility just got blowed up as well. So computer controls are sort of offline.
So she was hovering over that button to cut the power, and the power ended up cut anyway.
Well, no, the power will stay on, but you don't have any computer control of it.
Yeah.
It's all manual.
Yeah. She basically ran over to that little spot and did the whole like squat down with her arms over her head. So.
All right, so you're not going to get into that room. What is your plan?
Proceed to the lab. Thermal detonators are the best.
I think the lab was through there.
There's another door down in the bottom right.
All right. Did that load for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
This one actually looks vaguely familiar to me. I may have seen this map before.
Well, it's animated, so I assume you are wrong.
No, I mean I've occasionally searched for maps
that's
and
true.
stuff like that online. I may have seen this one when I was searching for something for the Verge game.
We haven't seen it here.
Not here, no. Yeah, I guess it is.
All right, because we're getting close to time, on your path to this lab, you did encounter some stormtroopers. Let's do this as a quick contest of weapon skills. Your margin of success determines whether shit went good for you or bad for you. I'm just going to roll once for every one of you, and we'll do it in order of combat tracker.
You mean one individually for each of us, or
Yes,
once for everyone?
One individually for each of you. So you each have a contest versus a stormtrooper.
No bonuses or anything, just straight roll.
Just straight up.
Okay.
All right, so there's the stormtroopers. So Luck, you're the first. Oh, sorry, Nim, you're the first on the combat tracker. So Nim,
I guess
you
other
have to
people
succeed by 4.
Okay, I'm going to use acrobatics.
You sure about that?
I probably shouldn't have, now that I see that.
Okay, so we will do something with regards to Nim.
Well, my guns would not have been better.
All right, so Stormtrooper 2 versus Luck is a succeed by 2.
Succeeded by 5.
All right, so you win, coming out unscathed. Darryl, you've already rolled. So yours was also a succeed by 2. So Darryl, you come out of it unscathed. Succeed by 4 is the next one. So that's Tina.
This gonna be bad.
You'll be fine. You're gonna roll a 3.
Nope.
All right, so
Well, I wasn't wrong. There is a 3 in that, but there was also other numbers.
all right, so Tina, you along with Nim are going to have extra stuffs. And the last one, succeed by 7 versus Bosco, you succeed by
Ooh.
3. So 3 of you will have stuffs. The way I'm going to do this is you'll each have to roll a dodge versus an attack. And I'm going to assume a range penalty of -4. Actually, no. I'll just assume they hit. You guys get a dodge. So those people that lost their contest, give me a dodge.
So we get a second chance.
Yes.
All right.
Can we do a dive?
You can do dives. You can add whatever modifiers, extra effort, or whatever you want.
What's the? So it's 2 for feverish.
So you can get up to +5. So 2 for feverish, 3 for dive.
Yeah, Tina's at not good encumbrance because she's carrying the carbine. Are we going in order, or is okay? to go?
We'll go in order. So Nim, you roll your thing first. All right, Nim,
Yeah.
you survive.
Nice.
Next was Darryl.
I have to roll a dodge, do I?
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he succeeded.
I think I succeeded, though.
Did you? I succeeded by.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Nim. Okay,
Jim,
no.
Tina, and
So Tina, you're next. All right. So
I'm going to defensive luck that.
okay, roll. Somehow you're drawing on the force.
Well done.
All right,
Well, it
Tina, you're safe. Now Bosco.
Okay. Bosco would like to. He'll do the feverish defense and dive for cover. Is that good?
Yep.
+5?
So you can get +5. Just make sure that those of you that did feverish take some fatigue. All right, you're all good. So you will have some shootouts with some troopers along the way in getting here. I might as well share the pretty map.
could have done it next week. We could have just had the shootout next week.
I'm going to have to bail right at the top of the hour, I'm afraid.
In fact, there was the pretty map that you would have been fighting in.
Very nice.
But you will get to the lab. In this lab, you will find a bunch of dudes in lab coats.
Oh yeah, time to hose them down.
Are you going to simply exterminate, or
I
will?
know what they're doing.
So they're not much of combatants, so they will surrender.
That's actually an interesting thought. Maybe take them into custody and turn them over to our contact guy.
Wait. Give me a perception roll. Yeah, everyone can give me a perception roll. I'll take the best roll.
Is it audio or visual?
Visual.
Well, it certainly wasn't mine. So I
Nope.
failed by 1.
Yeah.
Damn.
Didn't
We
see
got
that
2
coming.
by 6s. Daryl got it by 6 too. There it is. Hey, Bosco. With your 17.
You got stuck in the
I'm
eye.
I'm using my luck. Might as well.
All right, so you
Success by
take the
7.
success by 7. I will
Stealing
take.
your- yeah.
I'll take the best roll. Bosco, give me an IQ roll, please.
Okay, IQ of 14.
Damn, he's smart.
Success by 2.
All right, so as you enter this room, you will see the lab coats sort of some freeze. One guy is, frantically tapping away on the computer, and you see that he's looking up at you guys and tapping away. Bosco, you will realize that from your vantage point, you can assume that he's deleting the research data. So, since Luck said zap, Luck, you take the shot. I'll just assume, just roll to hit. I'm just crit hunting here. If you fail, then that's not a fail.
By 8, no, that's not a fail.
So you will shoot him. He will go down before he gets a chance to delete all the data, and then the rest surrender. I will get fright checks from everyone, so just a will roll. As you see, you will see these horrible mutated forms of what was once people.
Is that normal? That doesn't look normal.
Any failures, you can roleplay that however you want.
Well, I just got a new mental quirk.
Well, you don't need to roll on the table. It's more just role-playing effect.
For theatrics. Okay, Raj.
Right.
So how does
higher than 13?
How does Darryl react to this fearsome sight?
Frenzy. Agreed.
Actually, I can do something, I think. Hang on just a second. I have squeamish.
Seriously.
Where are you going?
Seriously.
You big chicken? Nice. Does the Wookiee, the terrifying Wookiee who's like carrying this big ass gun, go woo, and then turn around and run out?
Yeah, where you going, you big wuss?
Well, I managed to get over that, but I did have a terrible scream.
All right, so you freak out for a moment and roar. So, what do you do?
Tina is going to start over to the computer where the data was being deleted to start salvaging it.
All right,
But
roll computer
she looks-
operation. You can see the delete bar is... damn it, I don't have percentile die.
So, well, as she's on her way over there, she looks really, really, really angry. Like,
Good Lord.
and
Almost all gone.
she's going to turn around and punch one of the scientists before heading over to the computer, or try to punch him. She'll probably miss or hurt her hand, but
So by the time you get to the computer, or anyone gets to the computer, you can see that the data is 96% deleted.
she'll try to salvage what's left.
All right, you stop it. 4%.
Well, to the surviving scientists, going to have to tell them, congratulations, you get to live, because we need to know what you were doing.
All right. So these guys have surrendered. You can question them, and you can do that via interrogation, or you can intimidate and just get basic stuff.
Oh, we're going to take them out of here. We're going to take them someplace with some pipe-toting Wookiees.
What are you going to do about
We're going to get
the...
Old Republic on their ass.
What are you going to do about the test subjects?
I kind of lean toward actually leaving them here and having somebody else with the expertise come out and see what can be done with them.
No, we can't do that because the Empire is going to come back here.
Can
Well, the
Bosco
Empire
do
may
any
not
sort of
actually
skill?
know that something's happened.
To Bosco, I'm going to gesture to them and say, see what you can figure out. So let him at least go over there and review the pods, and because I'm presuming it's like I'm thinking they're like they're like pods, but they have medical readouts that are secured to them to each pod, so he can go over and check over what each one of them says.
All right, so as you check these pods, you will see that there's readouts, and there's obviously testing going on, and you've got different levels of mutation, and some of these pods have very minor mutations, so that the subject's original state is mostly there. So they've only got like minor mutations. Give me what's some sort of sciencey type medical science skill.
I have physician, surgery, diagnosis, electronics operation, medical equipment.
All right, give me the electronics
physiology.
operation, and if you succeed your electronics operation medical,
Oops, I double clicked.
so you succeed, then give me a diagnosis roll. All right, so you're looking through these, you're going from terminal to terminal, and you will see that there's several substances that are being monitored. There's like percentages, and you can see from the readouts there is kyber and a percentage of mecoxit, and then some other random substances. But you'll see that kyber and mecoxit feature in all these tubes at different percentages, and you'll see that the stages of mutation vary, and the types of mutations vary depending on the various ratios of kyber and mecoxit.
Real quick question. Sorry to interrupt, but is that general feeling that Tina was having that reminded her of her mother, is that coming from these guys?
I guess it would be a little bit more intense, but you've been feeling it since you've been in the vicinity of this place. So the intensity is just maybe marginally more.
Okay, but it doesn't feel like it's coming from these pods. It's
No.
coming from somewhere else. Okay. All right. Just wanted to double check. Sorry.
Okay. I think, from my character, would my character know, obviously, that, or what would he know? Could he do something using intelligence analysis or something like that?
Your diagnosis was succeed by 5. You could work out that they've happened upon a phenomenon where the mecoxit, when sort of used with kyber, is creating or has a mutagenic effect, and they're testing the varying degrees of mutagenic effects. To what end, you're not sure, but that's what you're able to sort of deduce.
Can he deduce whether, are they trying to make like super soldiers or some sort of biology weapon?
Bioweapon? You're not sure.
Or
You don't know what the end motive is. You've just got the data in front of you.
Or some sort of disease or virus or something like that kills people.
Trying to figure out the protomolecule.
Okay, then can he download like any information?
Yeah,
or maybe ask
4%.
Tina for help?
The data, the research data was being deleted. 96% of it was gone. So you've got 4% that you can recover.
He gestures Tina over, like maybe she can recover some of the data, that's not really deleted. It's still there in cyberspace somewhere. He doesn't know anything about that.
No, this is space opera.
Yeah, in Star Wars universe, they're like in 70s, 80s tech level with energy weapons.
I'm sure I've seen somewhere like tape drives in background of computer rooms and stuff in Star Wars.
Remember the thing that what's her face got in Rogue One? That was a big old tape drive.
Yeah.
All right.
So some of these could potentially be resuscitated. Are they actually all alive, for starters?
For the most part, yes, they are. But there are some that have been, a couple that have been marked as deceased and time of death, method of death.
Okay, but how many are viable? Could actually be released and be expected to live.
Do you see the picture of them?
They look like the mind flayers in Baldur's Gate 3.
He said some of them were minor.
let's have the universe decide. So you ask the question. Give me a universe reaction.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, Lucky's looking around the room, thinking about where best to secure the a couple of long-term or long fuse running thermal detonators.
All right, we'll say half of them are actually new additions.
So they're not that far along.
They're not that far along, or the degree to which they are along is not terrible.
They don't look too changed yet.
No, so they'll be able to exit and still live quite normally.
Right. Get them out then.
Yep.
Do
Is that a
little
door on the
plastic
top of,
surgery.
at the top of the picture?
Yes,
Where's it go?
just another corridor.
Yeah. Tina's gonna, while they're going over there, Tina's gonna go open the door and take a look and see what's next.
Meanwhile, these guys are gonna talk to me and tell me what the hell they were doing.
All right, so they're all intimidated. So you can use your intimidate. You can use your threats for
Yep.
interrogation.
As he's like asking them while standing over the guy that he just shot. And he's not trying to, in this case, I'm not trying to get, super specific. I just want to get the generalities from, what they are doing, which probably end up may being the same thing that Bosco has already sort of figured out.
All right, so you will get some general information, and what the guy tells you is the locals here, while mining for Macoxit, run into some kyber crystals in the rock, and that caused those people that were working here were suffering certain effects as a result. They went and sought medical help, and that somehow got the Empire involved. Well, not somehow. The Empire went, what's going on here? And then the Empire went, oh, this is new. And since then, they basically took over, commandeered this operation, and are now doing experimentations on the mutagenic effects of kyber and Macoxit. That's
by putting it into people.
By putting it into people. So that's what you get. The rest, they're not willing to just turn over. You'll have to interrogate. You'll have to ask those questions via interrogation.
Yeah, not here. We're going to take some of these. How many scientists are there?
Well, there was 6, there's 5.
Ah, okay, then I would have intimidated successfully by 6, not by 5. I thought there were slightly more.
We call this process of elimination. So I keep eliminating you until you answer my goddamn question.
I think the primary question I want to know is why.
Side question, are they all human here in the tanks?
Oh, that's a good question.
Let's see. We'll say no. They're not all human.
Tina
They're
totally needs to
mostly
find
human, though.
Some kyber crystal.
I'm going to have to bail very shortly, so I appreciate the session. It was a lot of fun.
All right. If you're going to bail, you can earn yourself 2 points. So note that on your sheet.
And
But
I
we
will
are
catch you guys-
effectively at the end.
Okay.
We just need to work out what you're going to do with these guys and any information that you wish to get from them.
We're going to
And
extract
what-
them from here, take them someplace, and interrogate the crap out of them. And that might also include bringing in our rebel contact guy and turning them over.
Well, this is something that your rebel contacts will definitely be interested in learning about.
Right, they didn't send us here, so they
Nope.
didn't know this was happening.
Nope. I wanted to know what was going on. Now I do, and I think they should all be shot. But yeah,
So they're thoroughly questioned by
we have
people who know
sufficient
how to
stuff
question.
to binders, to bind them, take them out, exfiltrate with them and and the ones we can't that are like way too far gone. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to leave them, leave some long-term thermal detonators and take it out because that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's kind of a medical decision.
You don't know if the process is reversible. That would take the research data that was deleted, or you'd have to take long-term researching, basically reverse engineer what they're doing.
When I say that's a medical decision, I mean from the standpoint of at what point do they pull the plug.
But you'll be able to identify that those that are like considered really gone, they are still recognizable as who they were.
Right. We'll get the
All
ones
right,
out
so
that we can.
with your
Get on with these
questions,
dudes.
your interrogation, what's your first question that you're going to ask?
I don't know why. What was the point of this?
All right, the why. You will succeed by 4, they will fail. So, and you also get bonuses because you're being scary. So that's a succeed by 7. The why is purely scientific curiosity to see if this could be useful for the Empire in any way. There is more to learn, though.
I'm about to turn into Miller when from Expanse when I'm talking to one of these guys as they're telling us about the wonders of the proto-molecule.
Actually, I'll give you a little bit more information since you did succeed by a lot. They have also noticed that the mutation has its mutagenic effect also affects midichlorian counts.
Luck has no idea what that means.
I'm guessing
everybody probably
most
doesn't
people
what
don't know.
midichlorians are, including Bosco.
Tina, maybe? No, actually, no. Tina,
No, she wouldn't. She would not have picked up on any of that. Like the little bit that she knows was what her mother was able to get out before she died. So,
yeah, so Tina wouldn't be aware of that either.
Well, the bigger questions here, what do we do with them afterward? What do we do with the facility afterward? Are we going to clean up there in some fashion or not? Are we actually keeping the walker, and how are we getting it where we're getting it?
Yeah.
What do we do with the survivors, the ones that weren't in the tanks?
Yeah, those are not all, questions that are just like knock them out right away. They're probably have to figure that out.
well, do we think that like when the Empire, the next shuttle comes in and nobody's out there to meet them, and all that they come in here and all they find are, exploded control rooms and stormtrooper bodies. This area is not going to be safe for people to stay.
Yeah. Also, we need to make sure we're not implicated in any of this.
Yeah.
Yep. Time to set the reactor to overload.
All right, so any other particular questions you have?
Not in this location, no.
All right, so...
Also, Bosco is actually better at the interrogation. He's probably realizing Gluck kind of really doesn't care about a lot of that stuff. He's like, he doesn't have a lot of curiosity.
All right, so your overall plan is take prisoners, destroy facility, release those that are releasable.
Yep.
What are you doing about the ones that you feel are too far gone? Mercy killing? Because they are still alive.
Probably need to at least check with the other locals and let them know. It's like, I do not think we can bring them back from this. And this is probably much faster. But they're going to have to make a quick decision. It's going to have to be the ones that are currently here because we have no idea when the Empire is going to show back up. And there's at least one Imperial officer who could have survived.
Well, if we if we set the reactor off here, I mean, pretty much everything's going to be vaporized. So,
Right.
Well,
Consult
the
with them. Consult with them. Do the. I'm sorry. I think they're too far gone. This is a mercy.
okay. If that is your recommendation, give me a leadership roll.
I can make a leadership test. And wow, I critically failed there. I'm clearly really, really upset about those dudes.
All right, so they're natural because these are friends and family. Their natural thing is we have to save them.
And Luck is very much in the how. Think
well,
it through, man.
that being the case, they took out specimens via cryo. So, if that is something that's available here, then I guess the ones that they don't want to part with, they could just put them in the freezer and sort it out later.
Okay, but in doing that, you won't have a rapid resolution to blowing this place up.
Yeah, and that's where Luck is like you're gonna get everybody killed. The Empire is gonna come back here, and if you're futzing around with that, yes, I'm sorry that's your cousin there. Look at him; he's got tentacles.
I will allow a diplomacy to convince them otherwise, but then I'll allow diplomacy, and then if not, if you really want to insist that you don't have time to fart around, then it'll be an intimidation.
No,
Okay.
I'm doing any intimidation. If
So-
they want to do it, it's like, all right, well, on your head it would be because we're not going to be here when that happens.
All right, just means you won't be able to rig this place to explode.
Retarded monkeys.
So,
All right, so no
should I
rolls
try
to
diplomacy?
convince.
No, that's all Bosco.
All right, so Bosco.
By this point, Luck's probably like thrown his hands up and walked away from him.
I'm assessing it's -5, a -5 because it goes against their wishes. However,
he could probably throw some medical jargon at him at the same time there.
like a complimentary roll.
no, it'll have to be pure diplomacy. They don't care about their medical situation. They care about this is family. So that will be a fail by 1 on their part and a succeed or fail by 1 on your part. So defender wins. So in their case, they're adamant. We want these people rescued. We'll work out something to help them. There must be a way to reverse it. Or they'll come up with all sorts of what ifs.
We're leaving. Good luck.
So, Tina wants to go in that upper hall. So, just to see what's next through that upper door. So she's kind of wandered off when all this is going down.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking to do? Otherwise, the rest of the facility is, mundane mining stuff.
She's gonna find some Kyber.
She's trying to follow that feeling. She's trying to find what it is that
Okay.
is kind of that caught her attention.
Right. So you should begin next week, Brian, with her having a force vision. Well,
Yeah, maybe. All right, so you will find, as you're sort of wandering around, you'll see some boxes and stuff, and you'll find at least a few crystals of kyber, in their raw form, still sort of trapped in the rock that they've developed in.
Okay. She will.
Whether you know what kyber crystals are or not, I'll leave that up to you.
She
But
won't.
you will feel something with these. Maybe it's a crystal that you make your own lightsaber with.
No, it's more. She'll be like, ooh, shiny. No.
hey, this is pink.
Is there a pink one? Because they come in colors.
Universe. On a good or better, yes, there is a pink one.
God, I'm just imagining a freaking pink lightsaber.
They're in the Old Republic, to no surprise.
Cold and indifferent.
Okay, so no pink.
They got red.
Yeah, she'll pick whatever's closest. So if there's a purple one, she'll take that. Or if there's a red one, she'll take that. 50-50 shot.
I guess purple.
Okay. So she'll grab the largest purple one she finds and pocket it and head back to the group. And she'll figure out what it is later.
But you do, when you handle this crystal and stuff, you do feel some sort of weird connection to it.
Alrighty.
But there are more. All right, so you wander back to the group. The rest of the group has decided you're going to bail. You leave this for the locals to take care of. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's there's nothing else for us to do here. The longer we're here, the more likely that the Empire is going to show up, and
Okay.
That won't be pretty.
Okay. And you're taking these guys.
yep.
Okay. So
And our walker.
and your walker. How are you going to get your walker back to base?
That is something we're still working on.
I suspect what's going to happen here is we're going to ditch
Secure
it
it
somewhere
somewhere,
and hide
yeah.
it, and then figure out later how we can collect it.
All right. So ditch it for now, or hide it for now.
Yep.
Okay. I guess we can take care of that information in the boards, or offline, because we're past time
Yeah,
and
we don't even know how we got here.
Yeah, we did. We took a speed.
Darryl needs to take off.
Needed to 20 minutes ago.
All right, so 2 points, everyone. And if you are watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye.